Hello everyone, today I'll be talking about Kassia, which is located in Flora Drive. Hearing this location itself is definitely not the most accessible location with any MRT or good schools nearby. It is always very easy to reject a development purely because of location. But actually, if you have done your research, you would know that in every project, even the most accessible project, there will always be profitable and unprofitable transactions. That is why my goal for today's video is to share with you what are my thought processes when choosing units. So before that, let me give you an introduction of Kassia. There are a total of 276 units ranging from 1 to 4 bedrooms and is set to TOP in November 2029. A background story which I find it very interesting. So do you know that Kassia is actually the last plot of the other 10 developments, completing a series of projects by tripartite developments? So in fact, this journey began back in 1968 when the developers Hong Leong, CDL and TID Private Limited acquired more than 3 million square feet of land in Flora Drive. So as this piece of land sits on Flora Drive, they segregated this huge piece of land into 11 plots and named their projects alphabetically after flowers. So here we have got Azalea Park, Bellator Park, Carissa Park, Dahlia Park, Edelweiss Park, Ferreria Park, the Gale, Hedges Park, Inflora and the Jovel. The Inflora and the Jovel are the only projects that are launched as 99 years leasehold, and any other projects before were mainly freehold. So which is why it's very nice and very interesting to see that 8 years later, after the last project, the Jovel, the developers are launching Kassia as the last freehold project to close the chapter. Because this land was purchased long before 2023, and this project is classified as non-harmonized project, which means it doesn't follow the rule where the square footage of the AC ledge is included in the total GFA. So the developers actually recently announced the guide price for each unit type. First, for the 1 bedroom, it will start from 800 over 1,000, 2 bedrooms starting from over 1.1 million, and 3 bedrooms over 1.6 million. Lastly, 4 bedrooms, 2.4 million. So when we compare this price to the other 99-year leasehold developments in the OCR, Kassia is already priced lower. But what I found surprising was that some units in Kassia are going to be launched and priced very similarly to the launch price of Park Como back in 2019. So the price is launching even before the COVID price. Why is this happening? The first reason is that this last plot of land was acquired long ago, so the high costs of today like land costs and interest are not factored in. Secondly, if you are observing the news, only the big developers are actively bidding for the government land sales. So in my opinion, they want to clear their current inventory fast, especially this one since it's been with them for so long, to bring in future projects which can be more exciting. Now back to where I was mentioning that the price are quite attractive. Does this mean that you as a buyer should jump in at this opportunity? So I will be using the neighboring freehold project Park Como, which will give you clarity on what you should look out for when buying Kassia. Why I'm using Park Como? A mixed development. For comparison, even though Kassia is purely residential, because in my own opinion, Park Como doesn't really function as a mixed development due to the small size of its mall. It has a commercial component of just 27,000 square feet with only 28 retail units. So this makes it more of a residential development than a significant commercial space to me. So that is why I'm using Park Como as a comparison for Kassia. So I will talk about 2-bedroom analysis. So there are 2 types of 2-bedroom. So we have the typical 2-bed 2-bath, which is 657 square feet. The main difference between the layouts is the kitchen area, which is tucked in, and you can enclose this area if you are someone that cooks often. Next, we have the 2+ study layout. First, type A, 775 square feet, and type B, 753 square feet. The main difference between the 2 layouts is the kitchen and the placement of the study. Type A study has windows and is located right beside the living room. If you have watched my video before, What I prefer for a study is this can be merged into the living room to create a wide frontage living area. And this will appeal to more future buyers in the future. However, for Type B, there are only 4 units and all of them are on the ground floor. So let's look at the prices of the 2-bedroom units in Kassia, which starts from 1.1 million. This is actually a very safe entry price because Park Como's 2-bedroom sub-sale units have already transacted between 1.23 million and 1.35 million. In fact, at 1.1 million, it is very similar to Park Como's launch price back in 2021. Although it might seem like their 2 bedrooms are bigger, if we compare the floor plans to Kassia, you'll notice there's not much difference in the layout. The biggest difference is the extra balcony in the master bedroom, which most buyers don't find it important. It is very rare to find new launch property priced the same as resale, as they usually command a premium of about 20% more. But I honestly have not seen a resale property which is actually more expensive than new launches. Therefore, if your entry price is between 1.1 to 1.25 million, this gives you a safety buffer of up to 200,000 as Park Como has already transacted for more than 1.3 million and have already achieved the profits which you should be targeting for when you sell. So in summary, if the developer is thinking logically, they will naturally be selling at Park Como's resale prices, which should already be a huge selling point for this project. However, they are currently selling below resale prices, indicating that they want to clear the first phase of units as much as possible. After that, they might increase the price, so this window of opportunity will not be for long. In terms of exit plans, we are definitely talking a longer horizon. Of course, if you can profit in a short time, do sell. But bear in mind, during a slower market, it will take longer to sell in the future due to its location. So if you have a tighter budget, looking for a 2 to 4 bedroom, freehold, and not a boutique development, you're already sitting on a very strong safety margins. Of course, I'm not saying that all units are worth going for. It still boils down to the price, layouts, and some specifics. So if you want to seek more professional advice, do reach out to me. Once again, my name is Charlene. See you soon.